Hey guys, Mona here from helpingpsychology.com. If it's your first time listening, I just want to say welcome. Just to give you a brief introduction, I've been an elite level athlete for over 20 years, representing my country in 3 different sports, namely Olympic weightlifting, CrossFit, and I was a 6-time karate world champion, as well as a 3rd dan black belt. I also have an honors degree in sports psychology, and I love athletes. I love working with athletes and taking their mental game to the next level. Now, for today's topic, I want to talk to you about discovering your big why. And the reason why I love this topic so much, because so many people, sometime in their life, they feel a bit lost. They might feel like they don't have a purpose, or they might have just been in the same routine for so long that they don't really know what their why is. They don't really wake up in the morning feeling excited for life and striving towards something. They don't really have a specific goal that they're working towards. So this is why I feel like discovering your big why is just so important. Now, have you discovered your real purpose? And if you feel like you haven't, or maybe you feel like you have found your purpose, but you just want to get even more on track, then this video is perfect for you. Now, one thing about finding your real purpose or your big why, it might have changed over the years, because your big why today is not going to be the same as your big why 10 years ago, or when you were in school, for instance. Like when I was in school, my big why was, finishing my degree and working in the field of sports psychology and, owning a high performance center. Like those were my big whys back then. Now, my big whys are helping athletes take their mental game to the next level, as well as helping them with weightlifting and taking their weightlifting game to the next level. But I also want to focus on my family. I'm obviously not competing internationally at the moment, so my why has definitely changed over the last few years. Now, knowing your purpose right now, and this is why I want to talk about finding your big why right now, is so important. Because finding your purpose right now is basically the key to your happiness. Because if you have a why, you feel like you wake up in the morning with purpose. You feel like you're working towards something. You're doing something that, not just that you're working towards it, but you're doing something that you've maybe wanted to do for a really long time. You feel motivated, you feel driven, and you feel confident. And these are the things that ultimately helps you feel happy in life. Now, in sport, I loved asking myself this question because, like I said, I've been an elite level athlete for over 20 years. So, what often happens is every now and again, if maybe a competition is months away, so say maybe a big international competition is 6 months away, and you just get up in the morning 6 a.m. to train, and you do your double sessions on certain days, and you train 6 days a week, and you go and sleep at like 9 p.m. every night, and you make sure you prep your food and you're counting your calories. Like, all of these things are so important, but you get to a stage, especially maybe you've been in this repetition or this habit for so long, that you kind of forget why you are doing what you are doing. And I'm sure you've wondered this, right? Now, you can discover your purpose by asking yourself, what drives you? Now, when I used to ask myself this question, again, it changed over the years. But at the moment, what drives me is I want to make a difference in all athletes' lives. I want to make a difference in the sports psychology field. I want to let people know that, training your mind is just as important as training your physical side of things. So that is what drives me at the moment. And I want you to ask yourself that question. What is driving you at the moment? Now, what's the one thing that gets you up in the morning and keeps you going when you're tired and worn down? And I'm not talking about working yourself to get burnt out and being like, okay, it's because of my big why, because you also need to include rest time. You need to include vacation time. You need to include, spending time with your family. Also doing the things that, helps you to switch off at times, because that's also going to help you be better at working towards your big why. So, another question you ask yourself is like, is this the thing that excites me for life? Like, for me, working with athletes on the mental side of things, coaching athletes in weightlifting, that definitely excites me for life. And even though I'm not competing internationally right now, the thing that excites me now is working with other athletes and helping them achieve their goals and their dreams. And, just by finding out why you are doing what you are doing, it's so important. And the next time you feel lost and demotivated, I want you to ask yourself these questions like, what is driving you? And what gets you up in the morning? Those two questions are really important. And then asking yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? If maybe you are a person who, you've got your job that's 8 to 5, and you've just been living a life where you just wake up in the morning, go to work, come back, watch Netflix, then you need to reassess things. You need to find out what your real purpose is, and you need to go back to the drawing board and start working on your big why. But knowing your big why is the most important thing, because once you've got your big why, you can then create an action plan to help you achieve your big goal, and then ultimately, wake up every day knowing this is your big why. This is why you are doing what you are doing, and it's not taking from you, it's not draining from you, it's actually giving you life. And just asking yourself, what is the bigger picture and what am I doing right now to get myself there? Because if your bigger picture is you want to help people, or you want to become an elite level athlete, or you want to help athletes achieve their goal in sport, maybe you're a coach watching this video right now, are you working towards that big why right now? And if not, what can you do different? What needs to change in your life? Now, guys, I also just want to remind you that I have a course out called Unleash Your Inner Beast. And you can go and sign up for that course in the link below. It's basically helping you build mind-blowing confidence, and it has things like, you're learning how to set goals, and learning how to visualize, learning how to use all your senses. I've got a mindfulness track and a visualization track in there, so that you can learn how to visualize properly with guided visualization. So especially if you're not quite sure how to visualize, and when to visualize. And the same thing with mindfulness training, because often people get confused between mindfulness training and visualization training. I've got those all in my course. I talk about priorities, I talk about routines, I talk about how to deal with like certain situations in life or in sport, and how to deal with anxiety. So if that is something that you are interested in, I definitely recommend going to click on the Unleash Your Inner Beast course link below, so that you can see what my course is about. Now, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. If you feel like this video is something that maybe your athletes or your friends or anyone you know might need to hear this, share this video with them. Also, if you're watching my video on YouTube, ring that notification bell. And I just want to say, guys, always thank you so much for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one.